Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving our praises and glory and honor to the Most High God Yahweh, Bashima Mashiach, Wamalak Yahushai. Give a strong shalom to all the brothers, sisters, and children out there that is keeping the faith, keeping these commandments, doing everything they can these last days to make their calling and election sure. Just going into a quick daily bread today, just talking about how we need to refrain from being our own worst enemy, man. Because there's a lot of things that actually plague us, with and it kind of destroys our mind. It get us kind of caught up in the ways of this world. You start leaning on your own understanding, and you get your mind over to your own counsels, and next thing you know, man, hey, Satan just bouncing you to and fro, man. And we do this to ourselves, so we got to be renewed by our mind. We was going in at camp earlier talking to a brother, and we was going into repentance, and just how that means being converted. Like I say in Acts 3 and 19, you got to be able to convert your mind, to change your concept of thinking, because everything that we go through, it's all spiritual and mental battles. These are things that we can overcome simply by just reading the precepts, by gathering with like-minded individuals, by praying, by fasting, and most of all, by beseeching the Heavenly Father and meditating on His Word, man. I'm going to kick it off with the book of Sirach. I'm going to go to chapter 37, and I'm going to start at verse number 18. Four manner of things appear, good and evil, life and death, but the tongue ruleth over them continually. So the main things that sit in front of us is good and evil, man. No matter what we do, good and evil is always our our only option. It ain't even a main option. It's literally our only option. It's good and evil. No matter what you do, Satan is sitting right there and the angels are sitting right there, and they recording everything you do. No matter what, the Lord is going to give you a way out, man. He's going to say, hey, either you can do this, everything can go smooth, or you can do this and everything can go bad. And we got to actually apply that to our lives on a daily basis, man. I'm going to read that one more time. It said, four manner of things appear, good and evil, life and death. And those are four things, but they actually go hand in hand. Hey, with the good, you got life. With evil, you got death. And not necessarily just saying that you're going to give up the ghost and your body going to go back to the ground and your spirit going to go back to the Lord. But it's just saying that you can die spiritually and you can die mentally. You can destroy yourself, man. Reading on. It said, but the tongue ruleth over them continually. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. And it's a lot of brothers and sisters out there, what I'm saying, they give their mind over heaviness, and then when you give your mind over to heaviness, it ends up spewing out of your mouth. Everything that goes on in your life, it all starts as a thought. And then when you let the words actually manifest, when you actually speak it into existence, and you start to destroy yourself, man, and again become your own worst enemy. So I'm gonna read that verse again. Therefore is one that is wise and teacheth many, yet is unprofitable to himself. And you can go out the camp, and that's another thing we was talking about today at camp, man, that you can, whether you at camp or you just out in the streets, or you could be even talking with your family, that you can be out there, kind of getting on people, kind of rebuking people, giving correction, which a lot of people look at rebuke as a bad thing, but it's not. We all need to be rebuked. We all need guidance, no matter how long you know in this truth. It's a lot of elders that's been in this truth for 30, 35, 40 years, and they still got to be rebuked, because these spirits are still here. We still in the flesh. We still falling short, man. And that's the beautiful thing about this walk, is we're in that grace period where we're not always gonna be in this predicament where we kind of beat ourselves up and destroy ourselves, man. The Lord said we only got so much time here, so why even just give your days over to just madness and destroying yourself, man. I'm going to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 90. It's like, and I'm going to start at verse number 9. For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. And everything about our life is just a tale that's been told. You know, we think that we living in the present when really we living in the past. Everything about our life has already been scripted. It's like when you watching your favorite TV series, watching a movie, and everything that you kind of see, it may be new to you because it just aired. But at the same time, it's already been written. The producers, the directors, you know, the writers, they already came together and made this happen. The TV series been done for a good 5, 6, 7 months, sometimes a year. And some of these movies, they've been done quite a while. By the time you see the actors again, they don't even look the same because it's been so long. They done aged a little bit because of these things are already, it's already been performed. That's what, like all these things, he's going into it. Let me see. It's a precept I'm thinking of. God. Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9. The thing that had been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So everything that we've done, everything that we think, everything that we say, everything we do on a daily basis is already been written. None of these things are new. We can't sit there and look and be like, oh yeah, this a new thing. Hold on, that's the next verse actually. Verse 10, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has been already of old time, which was before us. And these things was already written out, man. Like I was saying with the movie or TV show, it's already been taken care of. That scene's already been said and done. It's already came to an end. When the directors, when they finish it, and they hold up the thing and be like, cut, it's over with. They already did it. Everybody then went home already. The credits already done rolled, man. So I'm gonna go back to that Psalm, chapter 90 and verse number 9. For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. The days of our years are 60 years and 10, and if by reason of strength they be 80, so like it be 80 years, yet is their strength, labor, and sorrow. For it is soon cut off, and we fly away. At the most, man, our people are living like 70 years. We passed that point in time where our people used to live hundreds and hundreds of years, man. Because Methuselah, hey, it was real old, man. Noah was kind of old when he passed. Abraham was kind of old when he passed. Now our people, they barely make it to 70. I remember back when we was young, man, some years ago, our grandparents and stuff, they was living to be like 100. Living in they 90s, still driving and everything. Now, people barely making it to 70 years old. They health is jamming them up. People giving their mind over to heaviness. A lot of people retire, and once they stop working, stop using their body on a daily basis, they start losing it, man. It's that worldly proverb, you use it or lose it. Once they become complacent, just sitting in the house on a daily basis, they're not getting up every day, working a schedule. They're not actually working on their bodies, and they start to lose them things, man. The Lord start to just kind of take them away. But going into that precept, it said that all these things is like a tale that was told. All this stuff is already old, man. That's why while we giving our mind over to heaviness, we destroying ourselves, when in reality, the Lord already told us what's gonna happen. The Lord already know what's gonna happen. He already know you're gonna pull yourself up out of the situation, or if you just gonna continue to drown in your sorrows and let your days be few, man. But why let your days even be few? We only got, the Lord said, 80. Hey, if you only have maybe 70 years, in reality, once you're in your 30s, you're in midlife. You're in the middle of your life. And that's if the Lord actually allows you to even see those 70 years. But the Lord just using that as an average, or just a number, a broad number rather, for our people to expect. You're not meant to be in this dust and ashes forever, man. But going on to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, and I'm going to start at verse 15. All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his wickedness. We all know people that's been like that. And there's people that you be like, dang, they died already. They were still young. Like the brother Jonah from Baltimore got good rapport with a lot of people, man. When that brother passed, it was a lot of camps, a lot of people that's not even in camps. They kind of put together and made sure that the brother had a proper burial, made sure that his family was taken care of, after the brother passing. And, Lord willing, that brother was full of good works. Well, we may have seen, we can deem as good works, but only Lord knows, what he actually decides to do with that brother's spirit. But I'm going to read that again. It said, all things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There's a just man that perisheth in his righteousness. So some people, they actually die while they in the truth, while they going out on a weekly basis, shaking the hand, while they keeping the commandments on a daily basis, while they be doing exhortation, while they doing rebuke and doing counsel, and just being there for the brethren. Hey, you might still perish in that thing. Say, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in wickedness. There's a lot of people who do wickedness on a daily basis, and be having people kind of confounded, like, dang, I'm surprised that person's still around. I was with family a few days ago, and it was somebody said that was talking about one of the elder people in the family, and they was like, oh, he was evil. He did a lot of bad things. And they think that that's the reason he's still around. But all that is up to the Lord. That's not up for us to determine, what's going to happen with them, how long they days are going to be drawn out. Hey, because even when you in this life, just because you living wickedly don't mean that the people are happy. We can see that on a daily basis. Most people that's in wickedness, they're not truly happy. Even if you living in the truth, most of the time, you're not really happy. The most pleasing times we get is when we around brothers and sisters. Because when you're around people in the world, it's kind of vexing. When it get to the Sabbath day, you may just link up with a brother here or there during the week, hook up with a sister here or there during the week. Hey, it kind of changes you. You get uplifted in the spirit because you're around like-minded individuals, people who thou knowest to keep the commandments of God. Verse 16, be not righteous overmuch, neither make thyself overwise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? And you don't want to destroy yourself, man. When you start giving your mind over to the cares of this life, you destroy yourself. We've all seen what stress do to you. It give you headaches. You can't sleep for real. You wake up, now your shoulder hurting, your neck hurting. You're rolling over in the bed. You just can't get comfortable. And you let these things just wear you out, man, to the point that when you do see brothers and sisters, they go to salute you. And, like we naturally, every time that we salute each other, we just be like, how you doing? Or, you may text a brother or sister, be like, how you doing? And 9 times out of 10, man, people will be like, I'm enduring. It's because they going through so much that they know that they just got these mental and spiritual battles that they dealing with. It said, but you don't want to destroy yourself, man. You don't want to be so righteous that it lets you destroy yourself, where you can no longer have fun and you start just becoming a Scrooge, like the people like to say, man. I said, you don't want to, then not be keeping commandments, and then you find yourself being wicked and just destroy yourself that way, man. That's why going back into that Psalm said that there's four, not the Psalms, the Sirach, talking about that there was 4 things, man. Good and evil, life and death. But I'm going to read on in verse 17. of this Ecclesiastes chapter 7, said, "Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time?" And you can kill yourself, man. Going back into what I'm saying, that stress, we see what it do to people, and people end up having heart attacks and stuff, man, because they giving their mind over heaviness. Another thing that can wear you out, man, is something, my own kind of personal, I guess, like, kind of confessing a fault. One of the ones that I had, that one of the battles that I got to deal with from time to time, is like just being confident. Not necessarily about anything per se, but, that's just one thing that I noticed. I'm not the only person that battle with that. There's other people in this walk that battle with being confident, just with being on a day-to-day basis, being confident in your speech, being confident in your actions. Because everything that you say, man, is life and death in the tongue. So you want to make sure that you saying things that is pleasing in the Lord's sight, man. I'm going to go to Philippians chapter 1, and I'm going to go to verse 5. "For your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident for this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it unto the day of Mashiach Yahushua." So you want to be confident that you're doing good works until that day of the Lord returning, man. Because the Lord going to hold you for everything you did. You don't want to just be bringing up old offenses. "Oh, well, I did this at one time. I remember that one time I gave alms. I did a lot of alms that day. That was mighty." Or another day, I did charity that day. I did a lot of charity. I held that one council. It was mighty. I helped that person out. Hey, but the Lord ain't going, just hand you over the kingdom because you did something one time, because you went up to teach one time, because you brought out a precept for a brother one time. The Lord's going to continuously hold you for them things, man, because to whom much is given, much is required. The Lord brought you into this walk for a reason. He didn't give you all this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding just so you can hide it within your bosom. It's like when you find some money on the ground, you pick it up, put it in your pocket, you just make sure ain't nobody see it. You kind of hold it in. You go home, and then when you by yourself, you pull that. That's when you pull the money out, and you get to looking at it. And you don't want that to be with the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that the Lord give you. You got all this, and instead of bringing it out, you just hold it in, and then when you get home, then you want to just sit there and you look in the mirror or just talking to yourself. Now all of a sudden you got things to say. Now all of a sudden you want to speak about the breakdowns, but it ain't even like you're doing a video. You're just saying it to yourself, and while you're the only person in the house, ain't nobody else around. And it's madness, man. I'm gonna read verse 7. So even as it is meet for me to think this of you all, because I have you in my heart, inasmuch as both in my bonds and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel, ye all are partakers of my grace. And you want to be a partaker of the grace, man. You want the Lord to continue to give you more grace and more mercy in these last days, man. What's that? In Wisdom of Solomon, it say that the grace and mercy is given to his saints. You want to walk as a saint. You want to be a saint. You don't want to just walk around just saying you a saint, but then you living completely opposite. Because saints, saints don't just lack confidence and get their mind over the heaviness like we've been going into. I'm gonna drop down to verse number 14. "And many of the brethren in the Lord, waxing confident by my bonds, are much more bold to speak the word without fear." And you can't be scared to even, say the things that's on your mind. Like I'm saying, you can't just bottle everything up, man. You got to be able to be bold. The things that you see on a daily basis, the things you hear, apply that stuff to your life, man. Even if you can't just apply it to your life, apply it to your wisdom So when you talk to other people, you may be able to, give somebody the sense. You may be able to give somebody else some knowledge. You may be able to just spread that wisdom through experience and through just knowledge that you may have. Hey, everybody teach different ways. Everybody learn in different ways. Not every brother, is meant to be the same. You got some teachers who bring out 50 precepts to get their point across. And you got some people that only need one precept. Some people may need 3 precepts. Some people can explain a situation without even having to go to a precept, or they explain the situation and then bring the precept out last. Some people may have to bring the precept out first and then tie it into something that's happened in life. So you got to be able to speak these words with all boldness, man, with pure confidence. Do everything with confidence. That's not only just teaching. Just everything you do, you should be able to do with confidence. When you go in a job interview, you should be able to do that with confidence. Whenever you filling out a application for a loan or something, you should be able to do it with confidence. What's the point of filling out, you going up to the bank and trying to get a loan for a car or for a house, and the whole time you're sitting there with your palms all sweaty and you say, oh boy, I really hope that, that they allow me to do this. Hey, you should walk in there being like, hey, I'm cool. Credit score together, got the pay stubs, any other form of documents you need. You already know you can't buy a house and you've never filed your taxes. It's been 10 years of you working and you never filed taxes before. You think that they're going to give you money? They're going to be like, man, hey, you horrible with it. So everything you do, you want to be confident. Ain't no point in even applying for a high-profile job, but you don't even give them your resume. Or if you do give them a resume, you bring out the things you did when you were a teenager. You 35 years old. You've been progressing on your career for the past 10 years, but then you putting when you worked at damn Steak and Shake when you was 18 years old, or you putting when you was cutting grass under your uncle when you first got your worker's permit when you was like 14, 15 years old. I mean, these places, they're not going to put you in IT department. These people, they ain't going to let you be an electrician working on wiring when you talking about that you worked at damn Family Dollar when you was 20 years old as just a cashier, man, and part-time. So you got to be confident, man. Do everything with grace, man. Do everything seasoned with salt that the Lord had gave us, man. I'm going to go to 1 John chapter 4 and verse 18, just touching more on this confidence. Said, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, man. You want to cast out fear. Do everything in love, because when you do everything with love, everything is sincere. You're not doing it for vainglory. You're not doing it for attention. Not doing it for likes. And you don't want to just be posting videos and you just sitting there just every day just looking, man, how many views I get? People like it. Oh man, I didn't get as many likes as this brother. His video got more likes than mine. I'm no good at this. I'm not meant to teach. Nobody follows me. They don't even call my name out in the comments. And you get to just give your mind over to heaviness, man. Because I'm gonna read that one more time. It said, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, man. When you love doing the work of the Lord, hey, all your fears will be gone. You won't have a need to fear, to tremble. You know what I'm saying? Walk around with sweaty hands and just being nervous. And man, when you talk to somebody and you're not confident, you're nervous, they can hear it. They can see it in your eyes. They can tell by their eyes. I remember growing up that people was always saying, when men talk to each other, they have eye contact. I said, well, you saying you're talking to a brother directly in front of you, but you're looking over here and you're looking at the ground and you're looking down the street. And hey, man, that brother, he ain't going to believe you. He'll be like, man, I don't think this brother just talking, man. He ain't about what he be talking about. He don't really believe this mess, man. Kind of sitting there and got your hand in your pocket and you're playing with lint and sticking your hands all behind your ears and picking your fingernails. And, hey, man, you ain't got no confidence, man. And people can see that. Your voice get the trembling. You start biting your lip. And next thing you know, you just keep saying the same thing over and over. And you just start falling apart, man. Keep going on that. Because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. And you don't want to that say nervous or not confident spirit to just take over you. Because like I said, it's gonna torment you, man. It's gonna make your mind just make you think that you're a reprobate. Next thing you know, you don't even feel like you're having any faith. Start questioning if the Lord would even want you in the truth. And you just start going off, man. And you become unprofitable to yourself. You become unprofitable to the nation because now the Lord can't use you the way that he wants to, man. We always bringing out Deuteronomy 7:6, Deuteronomy 14:2, bringing out 1 Peter 2:9, bringing out, what's that, 2 Chronicles 16. Hey, man, you bringing out all these precepts talking about how we the best thing upon earth, man. We above all nations and blase, blase. But then everything you showing is completely opposite. As soon as you done saluting brothers, you go sit in the car and you just get nervous again, man. Because you didn't really believe the things that you was saying. So now you become unprofitable to yourself, teaching many, man. But you're not profitable to yourself. You're destroying your own self, man. I'm going to bring out 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. For Yahweh hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. You got to have a sound mind in this thing, man. Having a sound mind, just simply being confident. Simply not being scared. Putting forth all your strength. Doing everything with all your might, man. Having sure confidence and knowing that the Lord is going to see you through. Say, what's the point of even going out to camp, opening up camp, say I'm giving all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High God, but then you don't even feel like the Lord is with you. You feel like you reprobate. You just out there just doing it just to be going with the motions, man. The Lord said he didn't give us the spirit of fear, but he gave us a sound mind. He gave us power and he gave us love, man. Because the Lord only loves those that love him. Love is an action word. You got to show it. And part of loving the Lord is having faith, man. Sure confidence. Not being nervous, just saying a bunch of stuff, but not actually applying it to your life, man. And that's how you end up being called a Pharisee, being called a hypocrite. Because you say things, but you don't actually do the things that you say, man. And people can tell when you living a double life. When you being like James 1:8, man, and you being a double-minded man. You unstable in all your ways, man. I'm going to close out with this one. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse number 7. And these things give in charge that they may be blameless. And if you actually doing all these things, you become blameless. Like I said, they can't call you a hypocrite. They can't call you fake. You know, all these worldly terms, they kind of stab hard, man. As a kid, we used to say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And, you know, we said that to get through things as a child, you know, whether you were being picked on, whether you were nervous, you know, like you just did those things to kind of help, you know, puff you up, make you keep going. Hey, but now we ain't got to give in to those kind of spirits because the only thing that we have now to puff us up now is the words of the Lord, man. To stay spiritual. To build up your confidence, thus saith the Lord, man. So we can be blameless and be bold in these last days. But with that, I hope that y'all was edified, giving all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High God Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, Wamalak Yahweh Shai, Shalom.